Good evening, everybody. It's a great pleasure tonight to be doing a tasting for you in conjunction with the steak shop run by Ian and his lovely wife, Kim. Ian was a student of mine 40 years ago, and we've stayed in contact ever since, and it's been a great privilege also to advise him on some of the wines for the steak shop. And tonight we're going to taste 3 wines together. We're going to taste a Bourg, Côte de Bourg. We're going to taste a Pomerol and a Bordeaux. So, in addition to the 3 that we're going to taste, I'm also going to teach you a tasting method so that your enjoyment of wine becomes even more enjoyable. Wine is a very simple pleasure, but if we do it right, then that simple pleasure becomes even more pleasurable. So the first one we're going to taste is a Côte de Bourg. It is Le Cèdre, in fact, Les Cèdres, actually. Le Cèdre, it's a 2014, and it is a 100% Merlot wine. So you will note that I have already put the glasses out, and I have already filled them, or half filled them as we taste, because when a wine is relatively young, and in Bordeaux we consider young anything under 20 years, it always benefits the wine to open it an hour or 2 before you actually serve it with your meal. So this one, 100% Merlot, the way we taste is the following. First nose, we stick our nose in. These are professional tasting glasses, by the way, so you can see they taper to the top, and that helps us identify the aromas. So we then swirl the wine, and by swirling the wine, we release more aromas. You can smell some lovely fruits, red fruits, summer fruits coming up. And finally, we taste. And the way we taste is by putting a little wine in our mouths, moving it around our mouths like we use a mouthwash in the morning when we brush our teeth, left to right, top to bottom. We chew the wine a little bit, and we suck in a bit of air while the wine is still in our mouths, taking care, of course, not to let the wine out when we suck the air in. And the reason that we do that is because on our tongue, we've only got 4 tastes: sweet, sour, salt, and bitter. And all the rest that we taste and smell comes from our olfactory sense, from our nose. And by sucking in some air, we amplify those aromas in our mouth. And it should be an explosion of flavors in your mouth. If you are tasting something with me at the moment, try it. I advise all my younger clients not to do this when they go to see their future in-laws for a dinner for the first time, because it doesn't look good or sound good. It's like this. So this is a spittoon. When we taste lots of wines, we use this. This is the CDV, the Concours de Vin, which is a judging panel which judges wines for gold, silver, and bronze medals from all over the world, and of course France. And I've been doing that with them for the last 15 years. So the next one that we're going to taste tonight is from Pomerol, Clos Perrol, and it is a blend of Merlot and Cabernet Franc, which is a very normal blend for Pomerol. And this particular one is right next door to Chateau Petrus. Some of you may have heard of Chateau Petrus. It's one of the most expensive wines in the world. It's 100% Merlot, like this one. And the winemaker on this particular plot of land is the winemaker of Chateau Ozon, which is one of the 4 top chateaux in Saint-Emilion. And the maximum number of wine bottles they make per year is 1,500. This is 2009, and they made 1,466 bottles. In some years, they only made 960 bottles. While I have got some wonderful Pomerols for Ian, this is a 120-pound odd bottle, and it's that price simply because it's very, very rare. But the bottles that I've got for Ian match, or even sometimes surpass this at about just less than half the price. So here we go. We're going to taste Peyroll in the same way. We know how to do it now. So we first nose, second. Lovely acidity, fruits. This wine would pair very, very well with steak, a stew, and a barbecue. Also with cheese, chocolate, absolutely perfect pairing. Finally, we're going to taste Étalon Rouge, and here I have to make a declaration. I am one of the shareholders of Étalon Rouge. This is a 100% Cabernet Sauvignon, and it used to belong to the actor Gérard Depardieu until Mr. Holland, one of our presidents in France, decided he wanted to tax him 75%. So Gérard Depardieu sold some of his vineyards and became a Russian and now lives in Belgium. And we were the fortunate recipients of this chateau, this vineyard and winery. It is managed by Clarissa, my wife, and me, and Clarissa is the winemaker on behalf of the 10 different shareholders. We only ever make 5,000 bottles maximum a year, and the wine is all allocated to clients, other than Ian of the Steak Shop and one Michelin star restaurant in Bordeaux, and 2 other restaurants that we have given the wine to. So this one, let's see what we can find here. This is a 2015. And 2015 was a pretty decent year. The year in France is very important because, as you know, we are not allowed to water the vines, so everything depends on nature. And 2015 was a pretty decent year. The sun came at the right time, the rain, the frost, everything was pretty perfect. It's still quite young for this wine, but it's okay to drink right now. But it will last a good 8 to 12 years and improve for most of those years. So what do we look for in a wine? What makes a wine decent? What makes a wine good? Well, like people, we look for balance in a wine, a well-balanced wine. Well-balanced people are good people too. I haven't met many, including me, but we look for balance, and we look for balance between tannins, acid, fruit, and acid, tannins, fruit, and alcohol. You see, I'm getting slightly old and forgetful, but anyway. Okay, so that's what we look for. We look for a perfect balance. So we shouldn't taste alcohol predominantly over any of the others. It shouldn't smell like vodka when we first do our first or second nose. And it should be a perfectly balanced wine. Then it's well made. After that, what is a good wine? A good wine is very simply what you like. It must be well balanced. It must be well made. These are all well made. But some of us might prefer that. Some of us might like this one, and others may prefer that one. That is perfectly normal because we all taste subjectively, individually. I cannot taste what you're tasting. You can't taste what I'm tasting. And we all like different tastes and different flavors. We all have our preferences. So I hope this first tasting has been informative for you. I will be available to Ian's clients from time to time by appointment, and hopefully I can help you to enjoy your wines to the maximum. Thank you very much. God bless you and good night.